I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for...
And we're live.
We're here.
You know, the funny thing is, I always say we're live, and I think after, like, why the hell am I saying we're not live? We're never live. One day I hope to get there. We're not there yet. So, anyways, are you guys' phones on silent?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the podcast studio. I am joined with my co-host, Alen Kantarevic, and we have our lovely agent, Victoria Monga. Is that how you pronounce your last name?
It is, yeah.
Oh, Monga?
Mm-hmm. Monga, but
Monga.
that's close.
Nice. Yeah, so, dude, we're happy to have you here.
Thank you for
I'm
having
happy to
me.
have you here.
I'm excited.
You've been here more often, too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, we're seeing Victoria here now every single day.
Oh, yeah.
Putting in the work. I'm just doing the work.
Putting the work in, man.
Dude, that's good. That's good. So, how are things been going? How you been doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Doing really well, yeah.
How'd you like yesterday?
Oh, my God. I love it every time. I
Yeah.
get so excited. It's fun.
So, we went out yesterday, and we're doing film training for the agents, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to start to focus more on giving you guys some tools that you guys can use on your own when it comes to marketing and self-promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like learning how to film the right way is huge, especially right now.
Yeah.
So we're doing some training on video editing coming up next week, right? So we're offering here in the team. And then because we have so much equipment, you know, we're like, hey, we should use this and get these guys comfortable with using it. So you guys are doing that now. So I'm pretty pumped.
It's nice. I love it. I feel like I'm actually doing something. I'm getting myself to that next level.
And she's good.
I'm a natural.
I watched her videos yesterday. Man, she is getting really, really good.
Dude, that TikTok stuff, I cannot, like, I still don't know how to use it. I mean, I'm sure if I tried it, I could figure it out, but I don't want to.
Yeah. I was the same way.
I feel like my brain is already at capacity. I have no bandwidth for that. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many new things. Oh my gosh, I just can't keep up. But you jumped on there, and you have a TikTok now, right? Mm-hmm. And I saw the video you made. That was pretty dope.
It was really good, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you do all that from your phone?
Yeah. I got the new 12, and it's amazing with filming. It looks really good. And same thing, I didn't know what I was doing. The first one I posted, I was like breathing in it, running around, breathing a little hard. And the second one, I was able to get the music in and fast forward it and cover more ground.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff we're going to go over in they call it post-production. Mm-hmm. We'll be using Adobe Premiere Pro. And I'm like, man, am I teaching like outdated shit? Because these guys are doing it on their phones. Like, but I mean, I feel like just to understand it, you know, the basic concepts, we're going to go over it, which is pretty cool. Yeah. But we're happy to have you here today, okay? And I'll tell you why. Because you moved over here a few months back, right? You joined the team. You came from another brokerage. The other brokerage is a good brokerage, right? You came here now, and we talked in the interview when you came. You know, Alen and I were like, hey, what are some things that you want to work on? What are some things that you feel like you're missing out on? And I wanted to go over that with you today and kind of chat. Like, number one, I want to make sure that we're fulfilling our promises, you know, and making sure that you guys are getting the support that you need. And I do feel like it's great for the audience to see that. Yeah. And other agents and other brokerages, because you and I both know there are a ton out there that promise a lot of shit. Oh, yeah. And they never execute. And they
overpromise and underdeliver.
Constantly.
Typically,
right?
Yeah.
Constantly. So that's the purpose of this podcast. We want to make sure people are getting inspired, being motivated, and also other teams and agents can, you know, start to be challenged to step their game up, right? And then do what the hell they say they're going to do. So, I mean, talk to us about your experience so far over here. Like, how's it been?
God, night and day. It's been amazing. Like every agent says, right? The energy, you just walk in and everyone's working on something or learning something. And it's been nice to watch, and everyone's so inviting to help you. You know, Jen, I sit in and listen to her. Brandon, you know, he's just Brandon. So, you know, Brendan, right? He's just killing it.
Yeah, you could confuse the two before, but now we have a Brandon here, so you can't. It's got to be Brendan or Brandon.
Yeah. Right. You know, and then just the support with both of you guys, you know, with the videoing with you and offers with Alen and how to, you know, lock things up. It's whole different. It's 100% different.
Yeah. Yeah. You have a ton of support here.
Yeah.
It's crazy, yeah.
Well, the whole team. The whole team is just extremely supportive, and they all want to watch each other get to that next level.
Yeah, it's fun.
So talk to us about what made you want to do real estate, because you've been a real estate agent now for how many years?
This is only October was one whole full year.
Oh, full year. Oh, okay, first year.
So
Oh,
I'm still pretty
nice.
new.
Just 1 year in.
One year in. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So how's it been? I mean, since it was everything you hoped for?
No. They said it was going to be fun. No, it's not fun. No, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work just to learn and to know what you're doing and to earn people's trust, really.
Yeah.
It's been a journey.
Yeah. What were you doing before this?
Well, I was a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. And after my husband passed, I obviously started working. My first job was at Walmart overnights, pushing carts and doing, God, like to think back, I couldn't believe. I remember pushing carts at midnight, like this is not going to be my life, this can't be. And I did that for a little bit, and then I also served tables at Texas Roadhouse for a little bit. That was fun. Met a lot of people. But while I was doing Walmart overnights, I was studying real estate, 3 a.m. on my break, hitting the books.
I never knew that story.
Me neither.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Kind of.
Learning more and more about Victoria every day.
Yeah. Look at how your life could change. You know what I mean? Like your career. You just have to put in the work. Like,
Yeah.
and anybody can do this.
Yeah.
Right. Like I hear people say all the time, I'm thinking about doing real estate. Right.
Don't
And then
think, do it.
This is the thing that we'll have these conversations where people will hit me up and they'll tell me. I think to the average Joe, they would look at them and think, there's no way you could be a real estate agent. Right. But we have these conversations and they'll say, oh yeah, I've been wanting to do a real estate for a while now. And I was okay, cool. That's cool. And they're like, I'm thinking it's going to be pretty cool because I can just do it part-time, for a while, like a side hustle. Then eventually I'll go in full-time. And that's the one thing that I always look at and say, no, you're not going to be a good agent then, right? It's not going to work for you because that's not how it works. Like if you want to be a successful real estate agent, you do have to put in the work and you got to put in the full-time hours.
I made that mistake my first year. I was still serving tables, trying to, get a little extra income, do real estate. But once real estate started picking up, I quit that job.
Yeah.
You have to be all in. Like it's a career where you have to be all in. You can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can't have another job and play real estate.
Yeah, because you're getting texts and emails about listings and showings as I'm serving tables. I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
No.
That's cool because I feel like right now you are full time now, and you are because we're seeing you here every single day, and you're putting in the work, and I do feel like that's usually when you start to see that huge change. You know,
That shift.
before I had conversations with top producing agents, and when I first started, they'd be like, "Oh, dude, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Watch, in a few months, you're gonna hit those months where you get $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 paychecks." And I'm like, wow, really? Like, is that really what happens when you work like this? Because I'm not feeling it. I'm working my ass off, and I'm not making money. Like, when does it eventually, happen? And it happened. And when it happened, I was like, oh wow, like I feel like not surprised because I was putting in the work, but it feels good that was true. Like those conversations weren't just bullshit to pump you up. Like, oh, be here every day, and eventually, you'll get paid, and it really happened. And when it happened for me, I was like, wow, it really is life-changing money, but people miss out on that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months of just working your ass off, not having money in your account, figuring out ways to make money, but not compromising your schedule, with real estate, not picking up another job because you have to, literally just working your fucking ass off. And eventually it happens, right? And we've seen people on the team who've tried, and they failed, and people that we know, and we think like, well, the commitment wasn't there. It wasn't there. You're right. You can't play real estate.
Correct.
You cannot play
You have
real
to be
estate.
all in. You have to live it and breathe it. When you get home, wherever you're at, whether you're on vacation or anywhere, take your laptop with you, for example. If you have a client give you a call, they want to make an offer, you better make sure to put that offer in right away. You don't want to be playing real estate, or you don't want to be at another part-time or full-time job, and then your client calls you and goes, hey, I want to go look at a home.
Yeah.
You're like, well, let me wait until I get off work at 5.
Yeah. How's 10 p.m.? No. Yeah.
By that time, that home will be gone. Like, come on now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now, especially.
Right
Now, especially.
Yeah.
This time when you need like literally a full-time agent, like more than a full-time agent. You need like an agent who's constantly on the go and constantly available for you.
Yep. Yeah, and I do feel like the agents here understand that.
Yep.
You know, and the ones who don't, they're learning right now that they need to start really learning that and understanding it and living by that, because you'll get those learning lessons and those failures, and they'll keep happening if you don't do that, if you don't commit. You'll have the clients who find another agent, you know, and you'll be like, I thought you were waiting for me to get out of work. Like, they're not waiting for you to get out of work. You gotta be there for them, right?
Yeah.
And it's good because we're growing because of that. You know, we got a second location that we're starting right now in Draper.
Yep.
Is that exclusive right now? That was the first time I've heard it.
It wasn't really?
Yeah.
No, so we are. So we're growing the company. We've been talking about it for months, and we got an opportunity. We're going to take it. And, you know, Brendan, one of our agents, already moved in. He took an office already. And and we're going to start filling up space there and just bringing more people on board, and which is good. And hopefully we'll start moving up north. And but yeah, I mean, the team is growing, you know, and it's because of that mentality, because of that dedication, that commitment to real estate, to their clients, to each other. You know, we're such a strong team when we're together. You know what I mean? So it's really good. I'm happy to have you here to experience that, you know, for the first time.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you.
Yeah, we don't want you going back to Walmart.
I don't want to go back to Walmart.
Yeah, we want to get you there. So tell me about you. You know, where are you from? Because you're not from Utah, right? Where were you born? Where were you raised at?
Born and raised in San Diego, California. Lived there for 24 years. That's amazing. I miss it so much.
I love San Diego.
San Diego native. That's pretty cool.
I love it.
Charger fan.
My favorite
used to be.
My favorite city in California, actually.
Yeah, it's America's finest city.
There we go. No wonder I love it.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I lived there till I was 24, and then when I was 24, it was during the whole, you know, meltdown, and I was doing loan modifications at Wells Fargo. Obviously, got laid off. Everyone was laid off. My sister was going to school in North Dakota. She was playing softball, and she was like, "Come up here, go back to school. We have a great program for diversity. Come up." I moved up the next week. And,
were you playing softball too?
Not at the time, although I have played softball for about 10, 11 years of my life. So, no, not now. I'll throw out my bag or something. No. So I lived up there for a few years, went to school, met my husband, got married, had a baby, did all that thing, you know, the whole stuff. And then he was originally from here, born and raised, and so we moved down here. Well, he continued to work up there.
Oh wow, what was he doing? Was he on the oil
field? Yeah, he was a well-known. Everyone knew him up there. Big shot. But yeah, oil field. He was on a schedule, 4 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So he'd come home for 2 weeks every 4 weeks. Yeah. So yeah, I stayed down here, held down the house, and raised my daughter.
And your daughter's how old now?
She'll be 7 next month. Yeah.
It's you're so funny because the other day I was here and everyone's like joking around and hanging out right here in front of the cubicles, you know. And she's like, "Oh yeah, my daughter's here," and I'm like, "Where?" And she's like, "Right there." And I'm like, "Huh?" She's like,
right under the desk.
Under your desk. She's like a little home, like another.
Yeah.
She has a blanket, a little setup. Yeah, her iPad, snacks.
You can't even hear her or anything.
That's good, but look at the commitment, man. She's like bringing her kid here and like putting in work. I mean, come on, man. Like all these fucking excuses I hear constantly drive me nuts. You know, "Oh, I have my kid. I can't come into work today." Dude, bring them here. Like you're just making calls. Like come put yourself in the environment. So it's good that you're doing that, and we love that. Like today, Alyssa, one of our agents, you know, call training came at 8 a.m. Brought her daughter. Cool. We do call training with the daughter in the room. How cool is that? Right? Like we love that kind of stuff. Like that's commitment. Yeah. We just want commitment.
And the best part of all, too, her daughter will get in and engage as well and comment.
No.
It's the funniest thing ever.
That's cute. That's cute.
Cool. So you came here. You're back in Salt Lake. You know, I understand that your husband's no longer with us. You know, we don't have to go into that. You know, if you don't want to. But what was your motivation to do real estate? Was it just pushing cars at midnight at Walmart? I mean, do you have any like inspirations? People that you knew who were doing it? I mean, how'd that all work out?
So funny story. Actually, my 9th grade. I don't know what class it was, but we had to do a when we're older poster. What are we going to be? And I did one as a real estate agent. In ninth grade. In ninth grade.
Cool.
So I think I kind of manifested my position here. But I got that idea from my uncle. He's amazing. He's more like a father to me in San Diego. he did real estate. He's doing real estate still for about 25, 30 years. He has his own brokerage. And just growing up, seeing him pretty much be successful. He was so giving, and his family had a nice life, and he was able to provide nice home, everything. And I just seen that and was like, wow, that's what I want, you know? So ever since then, I guess it was kind of always stuck in my head. I obviously changed career paths down the road. I wanted to be a nurse, which I'm terrible with blood and math and conversions. Like, so yeah, after my husband passed, I literally was like, what am I going to do? I have no skill. Every job I was applying for was like 5 years experience. Just things I didn't have, you know. I didn't work for a few years. So the thought of real estate came back in my head, and I was actually talking to a good friend of mine back in San Diego. He also does real estate, and he's like, what are you waiting for? It was like that thing, I'm thinking about doing real estate. And he's like, what are you thinking about? Do you have the money to buy your classes? Yeah. Do you have a computer? Yes. Do you have internet? Yes. Do you have a vehicle? Yes. Then what are you waiting for? Yep. And then so that next day I booked my classes, started studying. Walmart, I was already enrolled at that time. It was just more of like the hunger to hurry up and get it done, like study in between my breaks and study in the morning, study before. Yeah, kind of pushed me.
Was it a challenge for you?
Oh, yeah. I felt like Cinderella. You know, I had this great life, and I was living so comfortably, and then here I am, the dead of winter, freezing, pushing carts, crying. This is not my life.
You need that.
It was terrible.
That rock bottom, I swear, is the best thing for so many people.
It was.
You know?
It was.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do this the rest of my life. So really pushed through it, and yeah.
So you took your schooling online. Was it all online? Did you do the in-person classes at all?
No, I did Stringham.
Yeah.
Online. Yeah.
I did the Stringham too. You did it too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's a great school. Yeah.
It is.
It's
did you guys
so nice.
pass the first time?
I did.
I did not.
Alen did
No.
I did not.
You. Wow.
First time I actually failed both.
No way.
Yeah, you have two. I missed it by 2 points actually. First time I failed it. Second time I passed one of them. Third time I passed the other one.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. My favorite number is 3.
That's my cousin's favorite number.
Oh! Hey, but we're here. We're here.
Here we are.
We made
that's
it.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would've never
I
known.
passed it the first try. So I gave myself one try. Mentally, I told myself, okay, you know what? You're going to try this as hard as you can, right? I was making a huge career change, right? Alen got me introduced to it.
Yeah.
You know, I said, okay, I'm going to do it. So I opened the book, and I'm not a book learner, right? And so doing the book alone, following along with the videos was very challenging for me.
Yeah.
And my wife would look at me every day, and I'm just like, just in hell, like listening to his videos, like 8 hours a day, right? Sometimes I couldn't get it done in the morning. I had my other priorities, and so I would end up going to the coffee joint right over here, Sunset.
Yep, Sunset Cafe.
Sunset, beautiful coffee spot. I love that place, right? And they're open till like 2 or 3 in the morning. So I would go there every night and just use their Wi-Fi until like 2 in the morning and just get my schooling done, right? And so I eventually got the schooling done, and then I took the test with the school and I passed it, and I told myself, okay, you only have one chance here. You know, you tried your hardest, like the hardest you. I could try no harder. Like that was it. So if I failed the first try, I was like, fuck it, it's not for me. Like I'm just gonna, that's it. I'm gonna give it my all. I did it and I passed. I was so happy when I passed. When the lady told me, like, she's like, okay, which brokerage are you choosing to go with? And I'm like, wait, I passed? And she's like, yeah. She's like, surprisingly, like not a lot of people do the first try. She's like, and you passed.
I was the same way. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. And I like grabbed it, and they could hear me in the elevator screaming. I'm all, yeah, as loud as I can, like running down the hallways, right?
It's the best feeling
It's
in
the
the world.
best feeling. This is the best feeling, right? And especially for somebody like me, I'm not a book learner, right? I dropped out of school in the 10th grade, right? I've never been that kind of person. So for me, I was like, oh my God, that was insane. Like I could actually do it. I just had to work my ass off. And Alan's known me my whole life. That's how I've always been. So, I mean, I got it. And then I knew eventually I'd be successful doing real estate. And we would build a company. Like I knew that from the beginning.
Yeah.
But just knowing that I could actually do it and get my license, I'm like, you know what? Anybody can do this shit. They just have to be committed. you know, and I was at my lowest at that point. Like I did not like my life. I hated my company that I had. I was just not happy. I didn't like who I was becoming. And I can see, you know, you working at Walmart, pushing carts at 12 o'clock at night is probably the best thing that could ever happen.
Yeah, sadly,
You know?
sadly,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. And there's so many people right now who are in that same position who are like, and I'm telling you guys, you know, just make the fucking jump.
You have nothing to lose. Like, you know, before, like I used to do room service. And before that, I was a waiter. And transitioning from that into real estate, once you get a little feel for it and a little taste, you're like, I don't want to ever go back.
Yeah.
Same thing with you. You know, you don't want to go back to pushing carts.
No.
You never want to go back.
Yeah, use that to drive you.
Oh, yeah.
Use that to motivate you.
Yeah. That's when I started telling myself, like, I cannot fail at real estate. There's no option of failing. Like, I'm not coming back.
You can't fail at life.
No.
There's no exception.
Yeah.
No compromising.
Yep.
Yeah.
No
Absolutely.
compromising. But now you're here every day, right? Because there was a time that you were like kind of part-time still.
I was getting used to being different because I knew this was different, you know, like I would come in and not to say like I felt like you guys were like too good for me, you know, like you guys were on a whole nother level.
Here we go.
You guys were on a whole nother level.
Self-worth bullshit.
So I had to kind of transition to like making myself just as good as you guys, you know, like, so which is obviously coming in and doing the work and
So the reality is you are who you hang out with. You are who you hang out with.
Exactly. And I told myself this last year, I was like, the next people I work with, I want to work with people that own $1 million homes, drive not $1 million cars, but $100,000 cars. And that's where I'm at, you know, because I could see your guys' hunger and that's, you know, I want that too. I like nice things.
Yeah, of course. Like I love our parking lot. We have the Range, we have the McLaren, we have the Lambos, we have every car out there when it comes down to it. I love it. When it comes down to it, I feel like our team is just, we work our asses off, but we want to treat ourselves too.
Yeah, RP gave a class the other day, remember, and he said something that stood out to me because I used to battle with that, you know, in the past where I'm like, oh, I don't want to get caught up with a high payment for a car or anything like that, and it prevented me from, you know, making large purchases, and it does that for a lot of people, you know, and he's like, you don't look at it that way. You have to look at it like you're rewarding yourself, you know, and driving a nice car is you rewarding yourself daily. Like you get to wake up and drive your really nice car.
You got to pay yourself first.
Yeah, and so I like that. I'm like, hey, that's my one of our good friends, Matt. He would always talk about that. He always had very nice vehicles at a young age, and he hustled and worked his ass off. And he would always tell us, like, hey, man, you know, if you buy something really expensive and really nice, it makes you hustle so much harder because you don't want to leave that. You don't want to lose that. You want to work your ass off. He's like, so I always buy a really nice house, buy really nice cars because it just makes me want to work that much harder to be able to afford that lifestyle. And it's one thing to hear it, but when you actually do it and you feel it and you live that and you're driving a nice car and you have a nice suit and you feel good and your image is on point, like it makes you perform that much better in your career and in life.
Well, it forces you to go out of your comfort zone at the end of the day. Like it forces you to grow instead of just kind of coasting through life, going, okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You're like, okay, cool, showtime. I got to step my game up.
And that's exactly how I felt, you know, when I started coming in. I'm like, I need to be like, I need to be like them, you know, I need to be,
You got to be here.
Yeah, I got to be
here. You got to be here.
Yeah, I got to absorb these energies and these vibes, you know, and make myself better.
You are. She's here.
That's so
every
good.
day.
I know. We were talking about that. You know, I think it was last week. We're like, it's so good to see Victoria here every single day. Like, right? I mean, we're not bullshitting.
She was here maybe 3-4 days ago, I think it was, maybe 9 p.m.
Oh, yeah, 9 p.m.
I loved it.
Oh, yeah, working. Yeah.
I came by from a meeting and came by. She was here with the client and the lender. I loved it.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was like 8 or 9 p.m.
Yep,
I love it, too. It feels good. You know, it's rewarding to know that I could, be available for somebody at that time. It's nice.
Yeah, because the reality is people have work, you know?
Yeah, they have lives.
And, you know, like if you're able to meet with them later on in the evening, 7, 8, 9, even 10, do it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing a service, you know, doing them good.
And that's what it is, and I feel like a lot of people forget that because they're salespeople. But yeah, you are a salesman, but you're also you're in the service industry. You're providing a service all the way through, you know, to closing, and that's part of it. You know, you have to make yourself available when most people are not going to be willing to do that.
Yeah.
So that's good. And again, you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, right? And I always like to, you know, I constantly put a lot of emphasis on that because there are agents out there who just they don't have that mentorship. They don't have that somebody to look up to know what you're supposed to be doing, how hard you're supposed to work, you know, and so they'll be doing real estate. And we had somebody who signed up just recently, you know, signed up. They came on board with the team, and we saw a lot of potential in them, but we knew it was going to be a lot of work. And we're like, you know what? They have potential. They just need someone to kind of model their schedule after, who's doing very well.
Yeah, and guide them.
Yeah, and guide them. And there's a lot of people who are in real estate, but they don't have that person to model themselves after. And so they're kind of like, well, do I clock out at 5? Like, I did put 40 hours in this week, right? Or do I clock out at 6? And like, they don't really know.
Yeah.
Right. And so they come here and they meet people like you and meet people like Brendan and Jen and other people who are here morning to night, and Sunday is like another Monday to them, you know, and they're like, oh my God, like it requires a lot, you know, to be successful and to be able to produce at this high level. So it's good, you know, and I'm good. I'm glad that most people here in the team are, you know, either they already have that mentality and they understand that schedule, that commitment, or they're molding themselves to become that person. And, you know, we have that new agent who just started, and he's learning, he's seeing that, and it's cool because we're seeing him every day, and you know, it's like, hey, that's cool, man. Like,
He's getting just better and better and better every day.
We know he's gonna kill it. And people, Alen and I would look at people, agents, and we'd be like, oh, we know they got what it takes. We know they're gonna kill it. They just need to do this one thing, right? And they themselves don't even realize that. Like,
it's typically a little tweak, a little, you know, 2-degree change when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
You tweak that little thing, it takes off.
Yeah.
It really does.
So you being here every single day, you're going to see that. Yeah, you're going to see that. And you're going to have those months where it's like, holy shit, I got 7 or 8 closings this month, and you're going to make some life-changing money.
Yeah.
It happens, right? It happens to everybody who commit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But so tell me about you and your personal life. I mean, you have your two stepsons, right?
I have 2 stepsons,
You have your daughter. And then are you dating right now? Are you not dating right now? I mean, you're here full time, so I'm like, I don't think she's dating right now.
You know, no. I'm open to it.
You're open. Good.
But no, no one right now.
No.
I'm on the market like a house.
There you go. Focus on you.
Not gonna last long. No.
Focus on you, man. Focus on your business.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Focus on your business.
And I am.
Tell me what the hell it's like in North Dakota. Like, what is it? Is it all flat? Is it like rolling hills? Are there mountains? I've never been in North Dakota.
It's flatter than a Fernando.
Really?
Wait. You came here from North Dakota?
Yeah, she was living in North Dakota.
I didn't know that. I thought you came from San Diego.
I moved from San Diego to North Dakota when I was 24. Went up there, did school for a little bit. Met my husband. Actually, another thing too we had a food truck up there. My husband got laid off for like a year. We had to make money. We had to find a way, and we bought a truck. He renovated it. We started up Polynesian food up there. Nobody knew what it was. Like, what is this? And we ran a food truck. But of course, we could only do it in the summer because it was so cold in the winter. -20 almost every day.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wind chills. It's cold. Nothing to do. Everything's booked. Gymnastics for my daughter. We could never get her in. Just a small town. It's 5-mile radius. The biggest store you have in town is Walmart.
Just curious, are you planning on moving back?
I don't even want to visit. My sister still lives up there, and I'm like trying to get her to come down here to visit because I'm like, there's no way.
Wow.
It's
Never
terrible.
been. I wouldn't know.
Me neither. I probably never will go either. I don't know. I'm just
Don't do it. There's nothing up there. I mean, it's crazy. The mall is like as big as Walmart. I swear. There's the mall. You know.
That's like the go-to place.
I would go insane there.
Yeah, small towns. But you're from a big town. I mean, San Diego's
Big
huge.
city.
You know? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a shock to go over there.
It was. Yeah.
And the weather difference.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So Utah's like a little mixture of both.
It is, and it's my perfect medium, my perfect balance between the city life and the Midwest, small kind of I don't know what you'd call it, country life. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is. So where are you living at right now? Are you here in the Salt Lake Valley, or where do you stay at?
I'm in Bluffdale.
Bluffdale. Nice.
So, yeah, I lived with my in-laws for a while after my husband passed. They took me and my daughter in, completely rent-free, let me really get on my feet with, real estate and catch up on everything. And so I was able to get on my feet, do what I was meant to do. And now we just got our own little place. Yeah, it's nice.
So
You're making it happen.
Yeah,
We're making it happen.
The growth,
Yeah.
steps, baby steps.
So I want to touch on this because I feel like it's important, and this is a real podcast, right? I do want to ask you, and I know it's a sensitive topic. Your husband, he's no longer with us, but I mean, was he the provider, the main provider in the family?
Oh yeah.
So you were the stay-at-home mom for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, explain to me the shift that you had to go through mentally when it's like, hey, he's no longer here. I have to do something if I want to maintain this lifestyle and support my family. I mean, what the hell goes through your head? I mean, and I'm only saying that because there are people who watch our podcast, and a lot of them are dealing with stuff like this, and maybe you can provide some, some nugget, right, that would help them. I mean, so what the hell was that like? I mean,
so, the moment I knew he was no longer with us, I literally looked at my sister-in-law and I was like, what the bleep do I do? What do I do? Like, how am I supposed to take care of, like, I felt like just completely my life changed, like I did not know what to do. I didn't know the first step. I didn't know. Yeah, my husband took care of us. He made the money. He's bringing in, a couple $100,000 a year. We had a nice life. And to transition from that just being completely cut off, we didn't have life insurance. Our savings wasn't, very large. We splurged. We went on vacations and we bought nice things. So, I was in shock for a long time. Finally, I think around February. So he passed away in December. February was when that clock started ticking in my head. Like, I need to figure something out, like now, And
so were you just living on savings at that time? Were you just okay?
Yeah, living on savings with my in-laws. And somebody once told me I have a hustle bone, right? So I felt that hustle bone kind of coming back, where I'm like, I need to do something for myself, something for my daughter, something that's long-lasting, something that's a career. I'm not going to go and, work a little here, work a little here. I wanted to really invest whatever I was going to do, make it big. So, getting my license was, I guess, always in the back of my head.
Yeah.
Now it's time to put it to full effect and make it actually happen.
So it's literally been a year since he's left us.
Two years.
2 years. Okay. 2 years.
2 years, Christmas night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Christmas night.
So, but yeah, this year has been completely different. I'm ready. Like, my first year was healing.
Yeah.
Now my second year, I'm like, let's get this. I'm good. I'm ready.
Yeah. Time is so valuable.
It is.
And when you lose somebody close to you, it really makes you see that, because you never know. It's just like, boom, they're gone. You're like, what?
Yeah. Life's short, man.
Yeah.
Like, what
You
the
never know.
fuck? Yeah. Yeah. I've lost people, that I know. And every time I hear that, like, oh, this person's no longer here, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's like it does not register.
Doesn't.
Like a few days ago, actually, I found a buddy of mine I went to junior high with, passed away. I'm not sure if you guys heard about that shooting that just happened in West Valley.
Oh no.
Yeah, I just found out last week. Tomorrow is the funeral. I think today or tomorrow is the funeral. I have to double check.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
tomorrow.
Wow.
Tomorrow.
Holy shit.
Crazy, because you never know. At the end of the day, life's short.
It's way
One day
short.
you're here, one day you're not, and you can't ever take it for granted.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
You can't waste your time. You can't waste your time. And one of those things Alen and I talked about constantly, and we have been for a while, and Alen came to the realization just recently, and I'm so happy, and I got to share it because, so I've been, I've had a life coach, and I don't like that fucking term life coach, because every fucking person is a life coach, and it does get to me, because like, this person's life coach, I wouldn't trust this person to I wouldn't trust him to do anything. I wouldn't trust him to put my fucking gas. I'm like, that's not my life. Okay. But the reason why I'm saying that is because there's so many people who use that term, and I wish there was another one that could kind of separate the two. But the person that I've seen, her name is Catherine Dixon. And this lady's, dude, something else. Like, this lady's
She's on
tapped in.
a whole other level.
Yeah, right.
A whole other level.
Yeah.
I just met with her, last week?
Yeah, so
Oh
I
my
introduced Alen to her, and you cannot just call her and schedule an appointment, right? She'll send you to one of her coaches that she mentors, and then you go through them. But to get to her is like, don't squander that opportunity. And I tell people that who I've introduced them, to her, and the ones who have taken it have always been like, whoa, like, dude, I know exactly what I got to do right
We were
now.
saying that the other day.
I actually came to the office after my appointment.
Yeah.
It
Literally.
It was like a shift.
Yeah, he was like, whoa.
Just mind blown.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we've been making changes based on that, you know, and the experience that you had and the experience that I've been having for years. I've been seeing her for 7 years now. 2013, 2014, I started seeing her. So a long time I've been seeing her, and she has changed and improved my life dramatically. And Alen just started seeing her too. And I would recommend anybody, you know, who's looking to level up, right, with themselves personally, financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that stuff, right? Leveling up. And if they need help, to speak to somebody who's qualified, right? not your neighbor's sister who's like, you know, just got out of high school or just went through a breakup and all of a sudden they know everything. It's like, come on. Yeah. So I'm saying, you know, use people like that to help you. There's a lot of people out there who are hugely, massively successful who always usually goes back to, you know, they attribute their success to a mentor or a coach who's helped them, you know, navigate issues that in reality are not even issues, but people who are dealing with it, they say you cannot see the picture when you're in the frame. Like those people, they just don't know how to get out of those issues and problems. And you know, one of the things she's taught me over time was never compromise. You know, that's always helped me when I lived in that do not compromise mentality. And Alen, you know, he's been there here and there for a while, but he came to that realization. I mean, what the hell happened? I mean, in your head, I mean,
I just realized I've been compromising a little bit too much lately, and just decided no more compromising. You know, I will not compromise our vision and what we're doing for anybody at the end of the day. But yeah, it came down to no more compromising. I don't really have a whole lot to really add to it.
Yeah, I know you don't want to, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, when you compromise, and I saw this post somebody put up, and it resonated with me. It was a video, and this guy was saying, and he's one of them. I believe he said something along the lines of, "The more you compromise with people, then the less they respect you over time." Right, and it's so true.
And that happened.
It happens. It happened.
Yeah.
A lot of people are dealing with it right now, and they just need to really sit down and meditate on, are they really being true to themselves? Because when you compromise, you're the only one that suffers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying compromise like you and the wife on dinner, like who's going to give up what. I'm talking about real compromises, right? Where you like putting your finances in jeopardy for people. You're putting your time, your mental well-being in jeopardy for people. You can't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Right? You cannot, and especially if you're self-employed, you know, then you really take a hit if you're compromising. You know what I mean? And your business could be in jeopardy if you're compromising for other people. It's fucking crazy, right? Too many people do that.
Yeah.
And it is a blessing that you were able to overcome that challenge that you went through, which is like one of the worst things that could fucking happen to you.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It really is. And you're here, you're smiling, you're happy, you're coming to work every day. Like, that's a big deal. I mean, I want to commend you for that, dude. That's a big deal.
Yeah, there's a lot of huge respect. Like, I couldn't even imagine going through all that.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So we're happy to have you here, Victoria. We are so excited to see you succeed. I mean, there's just so much energy that's here, and when you're here and you're adding to that, like, it's just such an awesome mix. You know, everybody loves you here, and I just think you're gonna be really successful. You know, so we're happy to have you here. Alen, do you have any words of motivation for Victoria while she moves into this full-time endeavor, 24/7, living in the building with her daughter under the desk?
Just keep on grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, just keep on grinding, keep putting in the work, and it will pay off. I can promise you that. You know, I've done it. He's done it. I know multiple people that have done it, and when you know what it takes, just follow it, do it, and you'll look back at this a year, 2, 3 from now, and go, "Holy shit, I made it!"
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I look forward to looking back.
So, Victoria, let's give you a plug. What is your TikTok name? Because you just set it up, yesterday, 2 days ago?
Yes.
Super new. What is the name?
It's Victoria, Utah's Realtor.
Victoria, Utah's Realtor on TikTok. And then what about your Instagram?
Victoria, Utah's Realtor.
Okay, good branding. And then what about your Facebook?
And my YouTube.
All of them? Same
Victoria,
one?
Utah's Realtor.
Victoria,
Find me easy.
Look her up on YouTube, you guys. She just started hustling on YouTube. You have cool videos that are coming out. Beautiful home tours for anybody looking to buy or sell, and they are loving Victoria. Give her a call. Victoria, what's your number?
619-746-3410.
Still got that Cali number.
I know, I do. It's nice.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Well, dude, thank you for coming in, spending time with us. Alan, thank you so much, bro, for sitting in and
pleasure.
chilling with us. We look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Cool.
Thank you.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5